The year 1973 was a fascinating one in American history. Politically, the country was experiencing significant shifts. The Watergate scandal was unfolding, the Vietnam War was coming to an end, and the country was navigating through a period of social and economic turbulence. Yet, amidst all of this change, some constants remained, and one of them was the continued circulation of American coins, including the dime. The 1973 one-dime coin might seem like a simple piece of currency, but it is part of a much bigger story that ties into the broader history of U.S. coinage, the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the world of numismatics. The dime, with its 10-cent value, has always been an important part of American commerce. It may be one of the smallest coins in the U.S. currency system, but the dime has played a crucial role in day-to-day transactions. Its journey began in the late 18th century when the U.S. Mint first struck the first dime, called the dime, in 1796. This coin was intended to standardize currency in the young United States, and it has continued to evolve through the centuries. Fast forward to 1973, and the dime had already undergone several design changes, the most significant of which was the adoption of the Roosevelt dime in 1946. When Franklin D. Roosevelt passed away in 1945, it was decided that his image would grace the dime as a tribute to the president who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His portrait remains on the coin to this day. In 1973, the Roosevelt dime was already a well-established part of American currency, and the design that had been introduced in 1946 was still in use. This version of the dime features the profile of Roosevelt, facing left, with the word "Liberty" inscribed above him. The phrase, "In God We Trust," is to the left, and the year of minting appears just below Roosevelt's neck. On the reverse side, there is a torch with an olive branch on one side and an oak branch on the other, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The 1973 dime was minted during a period of continued use of the same design, which was a departure from the frequent changes that had been made to coin designs in earlier years. Roosevelt's image on the obverse of the coin represented a sense of continuity, as it reflected the values and ideals of a post-war America. The reverse design, featuring the torch, olive, and oak branches, was equally symbolic, evoking ideas of unity, peace, and resilience. While the design was familiar, there was still plenty of room for variation in terms of quality and minting errors. The 1973 dime, like many other coins minted in the 1970s, was made from a cupronickel alloy, a combination of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. This material gives the dime its silver-like appearance, though the coin is actually composed mostly of copper. In 1973, the United States Mint continued to produce the dime in two main facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. These two mints were responsible for producing the vast majority of dimes in circulation during the year, and the coins that came out of them were distributed across the nation to meet the needs of the economy. In terms of size, the 1973 dime was consistent with all Roosevelt dimes produced since 1946. Measuring 17.91 millimeters in diameter and weighing just 2.27 grams, it was one of the smallest coins in U.S. circulation, just a little larger than the penny. Despite its small size, the dime was essential for daily transactions, especially for items that cost only a few cents. It was a coin that circulated widely, passing from hand to hand, through cash registers and vending machines, to purchase everything from candy bars to newspaper subscriptions. While the 1973 dime served its practical purpose in everyday transactions, it has also become a coveted item for collectors in the world of numismatics. As with many other coins, the value of a 1973 dime goes beyond its face value of 10 cents. In the coin collecting world, there's an appreciation for rarity, quality, and unique features that may set one coin apart from another. Most of the 1973 dimes, after years of circulation, are unlikely to be worth more than a few cents above their face value. However, there are certain factors that can significantly increase the value of these coins. One of the key factors in determining a coin's value is its condition. Like many other coins, the 1973 dime that has been kept in mint condition or has never been in circulation can be worth far more than one that has been handled and worn down by years of use. Coins that are uncirculated, meaning they have been preserved in pristine condition, are more valuable to collectors. These coins are often stored in protective cases to prevent damage, and their quality makes them highly sought after by numismatists. Another key factor in the value of the 1973 dime is the possibility of minting errors. Errors in the minting process are relatively common, and they can significantly impact the value of a coin. For example, a 1973 dime that has been struck off-center, where the design is misaligned, or a coin that features a double die, where the design appears to be doubled due to a mistake in the striking process, can be worth much more than an ordinary, well-circulated dime. These errors can make a coin unique and rare, which is exactly what collectors are looking for when they seek out specific items for their collections. The 1973 dime is also notable for being part of a larger historical context. The coin reflects the atmosphere of the 1970s, a decade defined by political unrest, economic struggles, and a rapidly changing cultural landscape. In many ways, the 1973 dime symbolizes the American spirit during a time of uncertainty and change. While the coin itself might not seem particularly remarkable to the casual observer, its design, history, and place in the broader narrative of American numismatics make it a fascinating piece of currency. As with any coin, the market for the 1973 dime can fluctuate based on demand. The world of coin collecting is a dynamic one, with collectors constantly searching for rare and valuable specimens to add to their collections. For collectors of Roosevelt dimes, the 1973 issue holds a certain appeal because it marks a specific moment in the history of U.S. coinage. It's a coin that was minted during a time of transition, but it also stands as a lasting symbol of the values that Roosevelt embodied: strength, unity, and resilience. Now, let's get to the most exciting part of the story: the value of the 1973 dime. While the vast majority of the 1973 dimes minted that year are worth no more than 10 cents, there are rare versions of this coin that have been sold for much more. A 1973 dime with a particular minting error, such as a double die or other rare flaw, recently sold for a mind-blowing $165,000. Yes, you read that correctly, a coin that was initially worth just 10 cents, but due to its rarity and unique features, fetched a price that most people would never expect for such a small piece of currency. The sale of the 1973 dime for $165,000 is a testament to the fascinating world of numismatics, where the value of a coin can be driven not just by its metal content or age, but by its rarity, condition, and any special characteristics that set it apart. It's a reminder that, in the world of coin collecting, even the most unassuming coins can hold immense value if they possess the right combination of traits. So, the next time you find yourself holding a 1973 dime, take a moment to examine it closely. Is it in mint condition? Does it have any unique features or imperfections? While most of these dimes will remain worth just 10 cents, there's always the chance that one might be hiding a rare minting error, waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1973 dime serves as a perfect example of how a simple coin can turn into a valuable treasure. In conclusion, the 1973 one-dime coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a snapshot of a particular time in American history, a symbol of resilience, and a valuable collectible for those who know where to look. With its timeless design, historical significance, and potential for rarity, the 1973 dime continues to captivate collectors and coin enthusiasts alike. And with the current value of certain rare versions reaching an astonishing $165,000, it's clear that this small coin holds far more value than its face value suggests. So, keep an eye out for those dimes in your pocket, you might just be holding onto a hidden treasure. The year 1995 was a defining one in both the history of the United States and the world at large. It was a time when the internet was becoming a force to be reckoned with, when America was experiencing the tail end of the 1990s economic boom, and when global events were unfolding at an ever-accelerating pace. But amid all this, in the hands of millions of Americans, a small, often overlooked coin was quietly circulating, one that would go on to become a symbol of the era and a coveted collectible: the 1995 one-dime coin. Although the dime has always been a crucial part of U.S. currency, often overshadowed by the more prominent quarter or dollar coins, its importance cannot be understated. Since its creation in 1796, the dime has served as a fundamental piece of American coinage, representing a small but essential value in everyday transactions. Over the years, many different designs have been used on the dime, but perhaps none are more enduring than the Roosevelt dime, which was first introduced in 1946. The Roosevelt dime was introduced to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, after his passing in 1945. FDR's leadership through the Great Depression and World War II left an indelible mark on American history, and the decision to feature his likeness on the dime was a tribute to his legacy. His profile has been featured on every dime minted since then, including the 1995 coin, which we will focus on today. The 1995 dime retains the same design that has been used for decades. On the obverse side, Franklin D. Roosevelt's image is depicted in profile, facing left. Above his head, you'll see the word Liberty inscribed, with the phrase, "In God We Trust," to the left of Roosevelt's profile, and the year 1995 beneath his neck. The reverse side, designed by artist John R. Sinek, features a torch, flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, all of which are meant to symbolize liberty, peace, and strength. Above the torch, you will find the words United States of America, while the denomination, 1 dime, appears beneath. The composition of the 1995 dime was made from a cupronickel alloy, which consists of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. This alloy gives the dime its silvery appearance, though it's primarily copper, much like the other coins in circulation at the time. The size of the coin remains consistent, with the dime measuring 17.91 mm in diameter and weighing just 2.27 grams, making it one of the smallest coins in the U.S. coinage system. Despite its small size, it is an essential part of American currency, regularly used in day-to-day transactions and vital to the functioning of the economy. The dime, despite its humble size, has always been part of the daily lives of millions of Americans. Its use can be traced through decades of economic change and innovation, whether it's in the form of tipping, making small purchases, or giving back change in a transaction. The 1995 dime, like all dimes before it, was designed to be both a workhorse of American commerce and a subtle symbol of the values that have defined the nation: freedom, resilience, and strength. But beyond its practical use, the 1995 dime, like all coins, has become an object of fascination for collectors. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is a hobby that has fascinated people for centuries. For coin collectors, every coin holds a story, a history, and a potential for value. The 1995 dime is no exception. While the vast majority of these coins were minted and circulated as part of the regular U.S. currency system, some versions of the 1995 dime have become highly sought after for their rarity, design flaws, or unique characteristics. The world of coin collecting can turn a simple dime into a precious treasure, and the 1995 dime is no different. The value of any coin, including the 1995 dime, is determined by a combination of factors: its rarity, condition, demand, and, occasionally, the occurrence of minting errors. Most of the dimes minted in 1995 remain in circulation today, having been passed from hand to hand over the years. These coins generally hold no more value than their face value of 10 cents, but for certain collectors, the condition of the coin is paramount. Coins that are well preserved, especially those that are uncirculated or in mint condition, are much more desirable to collectors than those that show signs of wear and tear. A 1995 dime that has been kept in pristine condition can fetch a much higher price than a worn one. In addition to the condition of the coin, collectors are always on the lookout for rare or unusual variants that may have been produced due to minting errors. Over the years, the U.S. Mint has produced coins with striking errors, whether due to misalignments, double dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. These minting errors can make a coin unique and, as a result, significantly increase its value. A 1995 dime that features such an error, especially one that is easily visible and well documented, can be worth much more than its 10-cent face value. For example, a 1995 dime with a double die error, a mistake that results in the design being struck twice, can fetch thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity and the severity of the error. Beyond the potential for minting errors, the collector appeal of the 1995 dime also lies in the historical context in which it was minted. The mid-1990s were an interesting time in the United States, marked by rapid technological advancements, political shifts, and a booming economy. The 1995 dime, as a small piece of currency circulating at this time, carries with it a story of an era marked by change. As the U.S. economy shifted toward more digital transactions and the internet began to change the way people interacted with each other and with the economy, coins like the 1995 dime began to feel like relics of an earlier time. Collectors who are passionate about coins from specific years or decades are often drawn to the 1995 dime because it represents a moment in history, a snapshot of the American spirit during a period of transition. But while the 1995 dime may seem like a minor piece of currency to most, its value as a collectible has continued to rise, especially for certain rare versions. In the world of coin collecting, what may seem like a simple dime can, in the right circumstances, fetch an astonishing price. This is where the true magic of numismatics lies. A coin that started out as a small, everyday part of the American monetary system can, over time, become a valuable piece of history, depending on its rarity, condition, and significance. Now, let's get to the heart of the story, the value of the 1995 dime. While most of the coins minted in 1995 are worth no more than their face value, certain rare dimes from that year have achieved extraordinary prices at auction. For example, a 1995 dime with a rare minting era recently sold for a staggering $144,000. That's right, a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents, but because of its unique characteristics, it was able to fetch an amount far greater than anyone could have expected. This $144,000 sale serves as a powerful reminder of how much value can be hidden within something as seemingly ordinary as a coin. The 1995 dime, while still widely circulated, has become one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics. Its rarity, combined with the possibility of minting errors, makes it a highly collectible item. For those lucky enough to own a rare version of the 1995 dime, the potential for financial gain is significant, and the coin serves as a symbol of the fascination and appeal that the world of coin collecting continues to hold. So, the next time you come across a 1995 dime, take a moment to appreciate its historical significance, its design, and its potential value. You might just have a small treasure in your pocket. While most of the dimes minted that year may be worth only 10 cents, the right one could be worth much more. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who has just developed an interest in coins, the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and the 1995 dime is a prime example of how a simple coin can turn into a valuable collectible over time. In conclusion, the 1995 one-dime coin holds much more significance than meets the eye. It's a piece of history, a work of art, and a valuable collectible. For the casual observer, it may just be another dime. But for coin collectors and numismatists, the 1995 dime represents much more. And with certain rare versions of the coin now valued at $144,000, it's clear that even the smallest coins can hold immense value when they possess the right combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance.